Hello everybody. Today I would like to talk to you about, I would like to think together with you about one of the most problematic, distressing, controversial subjects that I can think of: prostitution. Why I want to do it now is because in my country, and by now you might know that that is Germany, we are in the middle of a discussion about the so-called Nordic Model. You may have heard of, you may not. Just a little over 20 years ago, the Swedes were the first in the whole world who passed a new law, thereby forbidding prostitution, decriminalizing the prostitutes and criminalizing the clients instead. Very shortly after that, so also roughly 20 years ago, in Germany, we went the opposite way, also with a new law, and by this law, legalizing prostitution in the hope that this would protect the prostitutes like it would protect any other person working in whatever field. And now, 20 years later, we can of course look onto the experiences of both countries and compare them. And that's what they're doing at the moment in my country. I begin with the Swedes, the Nordic Model. Violence against prostitute has diminished decisively. Violence against other women has not grown at all, which people feared. And the market for prostitution in Sweden is all but dead. In Germany, and being German, I am embarrassed, I am ashamed to have to say it. Germany has become the center of prostitution in Europe. It is a huge market, of course. Literally, and I'm not exaggerating, billions of euros are being made on this market each year. But the money does not go into the hands of the prostitutes, into the hands of those who do the dirty work. It goes into the hands, experts clearly tell us, it goes into the hands of organized crime, those who undermine our laws, our joint laws, everyone's laws. Do we want to support organized crime? "20 years ago, when we discussed the matter in my country, the argumentation was, if we made prostitution a job like any other, then the rules for any other job would apply. Frankly, how any human being in his or her right mind, in his or her right heart, his or her right feeling, can truly imagine that prostitution can be a job like any other is beyond me to understand. Just imagine, please. 20 times a day, 7 days a week, experts tell us, these women have to make sex to a total stranger, a stranger they've never met before, they might not like, who might be smelly, who might be ugly, who might be violent, who might just be unpleasant in every way, and yet she's forced to sell him her body. And her body, our body, that's us. It's not distinct from us. It is us, our body. And experts also tell us 90% of all prostitutes are forced into this job. They do not do it on their own accord. Young women and even young girls in countries where they live in need, they are under false pretenses, they are brought to Central Europe. They think that will find a job to support their families at home, in some household, in some factory, in some office. And then they end up forcefully in brothels. Let me talk to you directly. If you're a man sitting there listening to me, if you're a man proud of your manhood, and there's nothing wrong about that, then be a man of the 21st century. Take a stand. Say openly, I will not support this trafficking of human beings, because that's what it is. Trafficking, slavery of human beings, I will not support with my money. And if you're a woman, you know, there's always the argument, if we didn't have prostitution, then there would be more violence towards ordinary women. I mean, honestly, what an argument. So that I will have to succumb less violence, I willingly, knowingly inflict it onto other women? No, don't we? And one last point, please, to think about. In this discussion in Germany, we have seen those who earn all the money from prostitution in television talk shows. And you know what they all say? They would not have, never would they have their wives, mothers, daughters, sisters do it under no account. But what kind of normal job is that? If you don't want those close to you, do it. So please, take a stand wherever you live and support this movement, this 21st century movement to ban prostitution once and for all. And one last point, come to think of it. Full equality between the sexes is not possible without banning prostitution. As long as one sex pays money to do with the other sex whatever they want, there cannot possibly be equality between the sexes. Please think about it. Thank you.